Now what I'd like to do, given that, if that sounds good to you, if you would love to have a place in your schedule for all of the things that you know you need to get done, so when somebody calls and says, hey, do you got a minute? Yes, you have a place for that. Let's go ahead and build it out, right? So here's the exercise. How much time do you need for prospecting? And how many times a week do you need to prospect? How much time do you need to show property or go on appointments, having appointment time? And how many times per week? How much time do you need to do paperwork? And how many times per week? How much time do you need to educate you? You get the picture, right? I'm going to walk you through sort of a mock schedule that I have worked with a lot of agents. And I'm going to tell you right now, this is a minimum of $200,000 income earners, okay? Minimum $200,000 income earners. And this has worked all the way up to 3 million GCI organizations, all right? Teams, agents, salespeople, okay? 3 million. It also works with entrepreneurs that do billions of dollars in revenues. It works. Here it goes. Prospecting. Prospecting in a week would be about 10 hours per week. And the way I have it set up is you're going to do it 5 days a week, and you're going to do it for 2 hours, 5 days a week. It seems to be a big enough chunk of time, and it's spread out over the week so that you get that cadence, it's that regularity, right? So 2 hours, 5 days a week. Showing property or appointment time, 2 hours, 5 days a week. Paperwork, 1 hour, 5 days a week. Education, 1 hour, 5 days a week. And marketing, 1.5 hours, 2 days a week. Okay. Now let me ask you a question. If you prospected 2 hours every single day, how much business do you think you'd be generating? Amazing, right? What if you could fill 2 hours of appointments every single day? How many properties would you be selling? Think about the possibilities. It's pretty amazing, right? Did anybody do the math on how many hours we just filled in your week? It's 33. Wait, what? 33 hours is a 200 minimum GCI business. Minimum. For the record, there are 112 waking hours. These are the hours after sleep, okay? Waking hours. I've only taken 33 of them. That leaves you 79 more hours to allocate to community, to your personal fitness, to your relationships, to your family, to your travel, to your business, certainly. Imagine for a second how much more you could get done. All right, so a couple of quick tips. A good buddy, Sharon Srivatsa, talks about how 80% is 100%. 80% is 100%. And what he means by that is don't schedule more than 80% of your calendar, because once you get north of 80%, you're actually overtaxing your capable time. So 80% is 100%. I understand that you're going to begin to realize you do a lot of other things. I got it, right? It's okay. Here's the reality. We're always going to be faced with a bunch of other things. And the key is learning how to say no. But by having this time blocking schedule, what we've done is we've created space for you not to have to say no as much. We've created space where you can say yes, but really what you're saying is yes, just not right this minute, okay? All right, so we're going to dig in. So if you're struggling with this whole idea of you've created space, that you're going to have to say no to things, that you're going to have to change your model, if you will. If you're struggling with this, pay close attention to what I'm going to walk you through right now. As I said earlier, high performers, these top 5%ers, they don't have more time than we have. They just value time differently. And so I'm going to help you with an exercise to identify the value of your time and the value of your energy. And the way I'm going to do that is this. I'll just give you an example, real quick and easy math. If you wanted to make $500,000 a year, I know that the average is 2,000 hours per year. I'm going to go down to 1,800 just because, listen, we want to take vacations, we want to coach juniors basketball team, all of that stuff. So we're going to back it down, right, to 18 hours. The reality is you have to make sure that what you do on an hourly basis is valued at $278 an hour or more, okay? That's your hourly rate in order for you to make $500,000 in income. So for a minute, are you now maybe going to protect your time? Maybe now living to your calendar is a little bit more important, because every time you choose to do something that isn't $278 an hour work, what you're saying is, I'm not committed to my goal. I'm not committed to the things that are important to me. Maybe now you'll do what Robin Sharma says, that twice a week he becomes really, really, really hard to find, right? Really, really, really hard to find. Only 2 days a week though. Okay. All right, rule number 2, we don't lie. We do not lie. How many of you are doing work that isn't $278 an hour work? Think about it for a second, right? Most of it's $15 an hour work, and you're and it's probably just because you've just become so sort of habitual, right? That's how you started, and you had to do all of it, and that was the way it is. It's now time to make the change. And before you give me all of the excuses, and I get them, right? I totally understand them. They used to be mine, right? But Todd, they can't do it like I can, and the way I do it is special, or my market is special, or I can't give up a control, or if somebody else messes it up, or if I'm not doing it, my clients are going to be so mad. It's just not how it works, y'all. Like, you're going to have to just trust me. It's just not how it works. The goal here is to help you get the 95% work off of your plate and having somebody else do it, so that you can work in the 5% work. What I found was that all of those things that I was just convinced that I had to have my fingers in ultimately got done faster and better. I know, it was a hard pill to swallow. But the reality is that there are people that are better at doing that $15 and $20 hour work. So even if it's not doing it for you, even if it's not doing it for your goals, do it for your clients. They will ultimately be happier as a result of it. All right, to be top 5%, you've got to pattern behaviors of the top 5%, and I guarantee you they're not doing $15 an hour work. I talked a little bit about saying no by saying, I touched just slightly on it, but I want to talk about the art of saying no by saying yes. By having this time blocking calendar, what I'm doing is I'm creating space. So when somebody says, hey, listen, I'm interested in listing my house, can you come out and talk to me? Yes. What most agents are doing is they're like, just tell me when, I'll be there, right? I don't want you to do that. I want you to say, yes, I can do Tuesday or Thursday in the afternoon, or Monday or Wednesday in the morning, which is better for you. In the afternoons, fantastic. I can do Tuesday and Thursday in the afternoon. I've got time between 1 and 4, which is better for you. That's how it's done. It's by what I'm doing is I'm saying no, not right now, but I'm saying yes because I've got a space for that. All right, so let's get into the nitty-gritty of the calendar. I use Google Calendar. It really works well for me. I can create separate calendars. So I have my standard event calendar, which is just named Todd Conklin. And then I have my time blocking calendar, which in my case, I would recommend that you name it, right? Todd's time blocking, right? As an example. Make it a different color. And what we're going to do is we're going to create the big chunks of time in the time blocking calendar, right? Remember, time block is not the action, it's the bucket. It's the big bucket that all of the little actions are going to go into, right? So give you an example, right? So we talked about 5 days a week I'm going to do prospecting. So my calendar may look like, from a business perspective, I'm in the office at 8:30. So from 8:30 to 10:30, it's prospecting, okay? So now what I'm going to do, remember that list of all of the actions that I had taken in order to do my, get closer to my goal. So now I'm going to take all of the actions that were in there that align with prospecting, right? Maybe it's emailing clients, maybe it's texting clients, maybe it's your social media intentional connection, maybe it's your phone calls, maybe it's your role play time, right? All of that would fall into prospecting. Now I have a place for that. So I create on my time blocking prospecting time. And then on my regular calendar is where I'm going to list. So it'll look like you've got a, let's call it a red time blocking calendar and a blue actions. The red is going to be big, and you're going to have a bunch of actions listed in that section that will actually be on your primary calendar. Hopefully that makes sense. If it doesn't, please don't be bashful. Direct message me. I'll send you a PDF of what that looks like.